Oh my goodness gracious. We're back. Oh, it was a busy night at the hospital. Wildly busy. But we made it. She's home. Okay. Wait, what? Ah. Yeah, that was a lengthy break screen, but bless you for those who stuck around or returned. Hey, what up, Jin? Welcome back 18 months. Can't wait to play this game in 2033. Yeah, that will be the fifth release where they take mods from, wow, I'm not sure that's how ships work, but alright, that's impressive what's going on over there. Where they take mods made in the community for free and add it to the game and sell it back to you for $70. Actually, 2033, it'll be $100 US. But welcome back, thank you so much, brother. Hope you're doing well. And Kyle, sneaking in with the 8-0. Let's fucking go. 41 in a row. Welcome back. Thank you very much. 80 months feels like a lot of months. It's because it is. It is more than several.
Careful you do not trap mud on the
5 inflation adjusted long minutes later.
Hospitable environment.
If the Broncos can stay on the field 60 minutes while they get destroyed, I can stay in Twitch chat mode. Bro, okay, what was the final score? Because they had 70 points dropped on them. What was the final score? $70-20? Oh my god. Okay, so I have 2 questions. Where does that fall in the most points scored in a regulation game all time? And where does that fall on the biggest point spread in a regulation game? Second time ever to get 70 plus. Okay, that's great. Okay, good start, good start. Good hustle. Someone modded Thomas the Tank Engine into Starfield? I did see that, yes. Which means now we're waiting for... Wait, what's this? Oh, was that in a separate thing or something? Okay, just put it there, babe. Thanks, babe. What ramen you talking about? Oh, the ramen you bought. That's your dinner, is your ramen? Well, cut up some chicken in it or something. Okay, babe. Wow. So talented. So talented. Not sure on the spread. 50 has been done, but I'm not sure when. Oh, okay. So, I have to say, I respect the Broncos not taking the foot off the gas pedal. Right? I don't, anytime that I've ever played competitive sports, and this is in a setting that's not on the biggest stage. This is just some fucking, like, city ball, high school, whatever. You know, summer league shit. No matter how bad our team is folding the opposition like a lawn chair, I want to fold them like origami. Alright? One fold ain't enough. We're talking some intricate fucking a goose type shit, if you get that deep cut. I respect the game. Do I still play BG3? No, I put 150 hours in, beat the game, and I'm done with it for now. And really, you do it because you're demoralizing the other team for the rest of the season. You get your shit blown out like fucking... like a fucking porn actress on year 15? Miyagi's got me on this fucking porn actress friggin' referential bullshit now. It's gonna be like my one joke for the next 3 weeks. Fold them like hotel towels, exactly.
Hello.
I bet operations on the key are a clown show.
You're back. So how did it go?
Would you rather be the Broncos who got their shit blown out, or the Jets who have an otherwise contender roster but their quarterback is so inept it's genuinely painful to watch? So, I mean, I guess the question is, what are the odds that the Broncos, like, continue to just lose horribly for their whole season? Right? Go like fucking 30, 35%, 33% for the whole fucking, I mean, because that would suck some balls. But if this is just one bad, it's an anomaly type game, I mean,
Please,
okay, whatever.
Finish your thought. So
But I would imagine...
do other business.
I would imagine that if you are a team that is otherwise very good across the board, and your sole hang-up just so happens to be your field commander, that shit sucks balls every time. Like, that's tough. What do you do as offensive fucking coordinator? Just like give him, like, convince him to throw... No, you're okay, babe. Convince him to throw... nothing but, like, easy slants and then do running back plays 90% of the time? You can turn it down a little bit. I mean, for what you're watching, it sounds like it's blowing you out of the friggin' room.
Was the Continental.
If you would
High octane there, babe. Just like 2 notches or something, babe.
Then things are moving forward. Perfect.
Nice job, Rook.
I was certain we'd fool Delgado, but never. She's a sharp one. Overcoming her scrutiny is no small matter. Did you discover anything worth reporting yet?
Mix this shit up. Mix it! To be fair, Miami has been on some hot streak with their offense. Well, I mean, there you go. Miami is historically good on offense. Basically, Shanahan's 49ers with more speed. Yeah, I believe you, because I wouldn't know otherwise. Legacy.
Legacy. Why does that sound familiar? Wait a moment. Are you telling me Delgado may have actually located Crix's legacy?
I have never heard of such a thing.
I'm surprised. I thought this was one of those tales that made it to every corner of the settled systems.
I suppose it's possible, sir. Intelligence picked up a bit of chatter on that subject recently. We assumed it was some sort of tall tale or a story to attract recruits to their cause.
Trust me, I've been through this with Delgado.
All right, take it easy. We prefer to check our own sources, if you don't mind. Let me see what we have here. Nope. There are no records of a Gal Bank transport named the Legacy in the database. I think Delgado's trying to manipulate you. What do you think, sir?
I think there's no record because Gal Bank is hiding something.
This man actually has a
Delgado's
brain.
no fool. If he risked his own neck to get that information,
Exactly.
he's on to something. We have to take this seriously. What's your next move? Clever, Delgado. Very clever. If I were in your place, I'd be trying to do the exact same thing. We can't let Delgado get his hands on what could potentially turn out to be the largest haul of credits the Crimson Fleet's ever seen.
Maybe I should head out to New Atlantis, sir. I could press the Gal Bank execs for information. Get ahead of everything.
No.
I think the only time I knew anything about football was when Smitty and I were really into playing Madden for like two or 3 years when we were like younger.
Jasper Crix was clever.
That was it. That like the little pocket. And really, I only knew one team because I had a favorite team and I ran it, and that was the show. And even if you ask me now who was all on that team, I think I've forgotten them all. But I ran the Rams into the fucking ground. I am pretty sure I exclusively threw to Isaac Bruce until he retired. If I say this, he's gonna say, "Oh, somebody else just replace him now that the info's out," and they're just gonna go. You're gonna. They'd rather know where it. They'd rather know where it is, so that they can intercept and take it for themselves, so that nobody else can.
And let Neva Mora take his place.
Wow!
Senior boss, or any one of a number of pirates already gunning for his position. No. The solution is to stick to the undercover operation and determine how much of this is truly a credible threat.
Working in OT. I'm not even joking. I just ran deep slants with Isaac Bruce, and that was 90+% of my offense. I occasionally would would do like a real quick fucking meme pass to like a tight end or some shit, but otherwise it was like, all right, get Isaac Bruce with the Jets on. That was it.
You were saying? It's imperative. If the Crimson Fleet gets its hands on a transport full of currency, it would be disastrous for the settled systems. I need you to do whatever you can to bring us more information. And for God's sake, don't kill anyone on that Starliner. You're both dismissed.
What did you mean?
Is it true you're from Neon, Ensign? I've never been, but I've heard rumors.
Hey, Most of our operations team graduated top of their class.
Alright. The Rams were good back then, though. Right? I'm not crazy. I'm not misremembering that. Like, the Rams were like, were a legitimate threat.
Any adventure you can fly away from. Is that how the saying goes?
Yeah, Kurt Warner! Yeah, Warner and Bruce. Yeah. Yeah. The grocery bagger, what the fuck? What the fuck? It's true the dude was out of a job and bagging groceries before he got to try it with the Rams. Bro, those are my favorite fucking sports stories because it's like, yeah, it's cool to see like the genetic freaks come up through and fucking like, you know, go do the combine and oh, I bench press friggin' like 60 fucking 5 for 47 reps. I ran the 40 in -3 seconds. I'm 6'8", 455,000 pounds of pure unadulterated muscle. But then there's like some dude working a night shift at a Kroger's, comes out and hits a chip with like one legitimate like other offensive weapon on the team. Like that's the sport shit that I love. And so hey, we're gonna crack out a little innie and Ginny. This one goes out to Kurt Warner and Isaac Bruce. Oh yeah. They turned a story into a movie, The American Underdog, featuring Zachary Levi. What? Really? Who's my team in football right now? I don't have a team. I don't really watch football. I'll watch the Super Bowl, because I understand the sport, but like I don't watch it, you know, I don't keep up with any teams or anything like that, and I don't really know any of the players or... He's played Arena League while he waited for a team to go. Bro, that's just... That's fucking perfect. Playing in the beer league or some shit, and all of a sudden you get the call up and you get a chip? Like, come on. Alright, Andreja, you know, we already had this conversation. Alright? Like, 2 hours ago. I don't need you clapping your cheeks at the speed of light in my face. At least not right now. Ma'am? There is no sunroof in this model. You're aware of that, right? As the vacuum of space is out there. Maybe you want to, like... sit down in one of these lovely, comfortable DX racer chairs. Hashtag not an ad, don't buy those.
Yes?
This seems like a good time.
You do not need to ask me if you may ask. You may just ask. Honestly, I cannot answer that. So many years have been driven by survival in intense circumstances. Leisure time it's been in short supply. And I suppose I have conditioned myself to not think about it much. I do enjoy combat training, though I suppose that is hardly the answer you are looking for. You have given me something to consider. Thank you for that.
You're very welcome.
If you wish to know more, I will be here.
Apparently.
Until next time.
So, is there like a non-zero chance that the behavior the game has is that once the player gets into the chair, it's teleporting your follower to a position that's supposed to be safe in another ship type that does not map to this ship, and so you just end up with this? Because that seems like what's happening. And if so, what is the game doing to her model when I'm looking away? And then... like, she's down and then she's up. Oh! You know what it is? Is it culling this chair? So it's like removing this because my camera's not on it, and then as I look around, it draws the chair back in, and she gets pushed into the ceiling. That's got to be what it is. Well, congratulations on making it out alive. You look a little cross-eyed, but hey, it's a miracle your head isn't just a block of ice and imploded at the same time. That's comforting. No radiation, burns. No? Blood didn't try to escape from every pore of your face as the vacuum of space sucks and separates all that from your... No? Okay, great. That's awesome. Congratulations. Good choice, by the way. This, way better. Way better than being over here. Way better. Oh my god! Why did it just send me directly into the ship? What the fuck? Alright, yeah. Okay, well, here we are. I know your companions port to you regularly. I've had Vasco appear right in front of me around. Yes, they do totally port to you, especially if you get too far away. Like, let's say you're using your jetpack or some shit, and they don't really have a line to you to get there fast enough. They'll definitely they 100% port. But yeah, I think that might be what's happening. If you're far enough away from her, you get into the chair, and she ports up, and... you would think that they'd have it... Okay, now, again, I'm not a programmer. I might be one day. I'm not right now. But if I was a programmer and I was trying to solve this problem, and I was, let's say, making every ship interior its own cell so that when a player enters it, all of the items that they had there can be in the same place, etc., etc., and you had rules for things like, this is a chair, which is nightmare for programmers, apparently. Any chair is a fucking nightmare, and so is a ladder. This is a chair. Alright, great, it's all here, yeah, they can sit and all that shit. I'd have it so that when the player selects the captain's chair, and we have that nice cutscene, that's probably unloading everything behind them and just have this out in front of them. That at the very least, what you want to do is make sure that in the game's brain, the followers are porting directly to available open chairs and sitting. Every time. Not standing around in random places, because what that means is, regardless if I'm flying this ship, or my base ship, or I make the hamburger ship that I saw earlier today, or any other ship, they're just going to follow the rule of empty seat, file in, done. No more fucking clapping cheeks at Mach 4. In the captain's chair. So, let's continue. But again, I'm not a developer. That's kind of a fun distance number. Look at that. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1. That's pretty good. Wah. Wah. We made it. A grab jump only ship? No, this is the ship that they give you. The UNC or whatever the fuck they give you for this quest line specifically. And it is all grav all the time. Which is good, because it has no shields. So, if you were to ever get in a fight with no weapons and no shields, you need to be able to get out of there in negative time.
I find the interior of this ship comforting.
Last time you said that, 3 seconds later you were like, can we get the fuck out of here? I'm uncomfortable. So, you know, just remember that. Reminds me of Incheon Airport in Korea, where all of the carts that they use to like transport people from one terminal to the other, they all have like their own little chimes based on, mostly from what I heard, known classical music. But like in chime form like that. Which was kind of funny. And they just, instead of having like a beeping sound to make sure that you could hear them coming up behind, they just constantly played that. Well, aren't you nonchalant?
You showed up. All right, I want to know what's going on. I've been trying to get Delgado's attention for, I don't know, 3 years now. And what do I get? Nothing but radio silence. Then out of nowhere, just when Neva and I are closing in on a huge score of our own, Delgado orders me to help you out.
Well, good news. I'm carrying an entire cargo hold full of just for men. And by the looks of it, you use a lot of it, so you should be thrilled.
Yeah, I figured you'd say something like that. Just another one of Delgado's loyal little soldiers, huh? Fine, have it your way. So Neva's message said you were here for Dombrowski. Was that all she sent you here to do? Or was there something else you were sent here to steal?
Your heart? The Earth Savior Award. Right.
Don't play games with me. We both know pinging a message back and forth to the key is going to take longer than we have to do this job. We're supposed to be working together on every part of this. So, you gonna tell me what else you're here for or not?
Well, in a roundabout way, it's kind of neat, I guess, that confirms that in the Starfield universe, they are trying to still abide by the laws of physics enough that at this distance, sending a message takes a long time. Ucholino! Welcome back with the Prime. 40 months, 2 in a row. Thank you, sir. How you doing tonight?
Okay. So why are you targeting a Gall Bank exec anyway? Not exactly your average Crimson Fleet prey. Why the interest?
Oh, I don't know. Word on the street is they have money. I don't trust you enough to share sensitive information yet? Okay, this is a... possibly word-for-word line out of NPC dialogue from Morrowind when you're trying to ask them about something and, like, your reputation with them is not high enough yet. They'll spit out basically this exact fucking line. That's so weird to read there. I'm not doing too bad myself. Can't complain.
Merchant vessels, transport, supply convoys, mining settlements, you get the picture. But taking on a megacorp, that's a really big deal. Something the Crimson Fleet stayed away from in the past. Sounds to me like Delgado's either getting desperate, or this is leading to an even bigger score down the road.
Wow, I mean, it sounds like you've already got this all figured out.
Oh, I see. We're playing this game now. Fine, fine.
Did he expect me to just, like, tell him everything?
Might as well turn around and hop back aboard your ship because you're not getting near Dombrowski without my help.
It would seem we have little choice in the matter. We should hear him out.
Thank you, Andrasia.
Well, well. It appears we have a mind reader here. You're absolutely right. I don't want money. I want back into the Crimson Fleet. It's as simple as that.
How would I, as a lackey, have literally any influence? Yeah. I mean, I can put in... Yeah, this is...
That's a disturbing way to put it. But I suppose that's the best offer I'm gonna get, so...
You would be correct.
Dombrowski's a full-timer aboard the Siren of the Stars.
That's like walking into a McDonald's and the first person you're talking to is just a regular cashier. It's their second day on the job, and you're like, hey,
The Siren is hosting the Tehran
hire me.
Conservation Society charity gala. Larry won't be able to resist showing off his VIP clout.
Hook me up with a McJob.
Get what you need. You're gonna have to attend the gala, talk to his fellow philanthropists, and dig up some dirt.
Oh no.
Yep.
Is shooting everyone an option?
That's what I'm wondering.
Ultimately shooting ourselves to avoid it?
I agree.
The event's a complete sham. Bunch of rich snobs getting together and throwing a party for themselves.
Wow, that never happens.
These people couldn't give a damn about Tehran preservation or any other charity for that matter.
I've never heard it pronounced Tehran. Maybe I'll start doing that on Lag TV. Down here in the bottom right, we have small PP big tatas as the Red Tehran. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, well, lucky for you, it's not black tie, so you'll be fine. This card will allow you to access the Starfield ballroom. If you need my help, I'll be relaxing in one of the upper-level lounges. Head inside and mingle with the crowd. No one likes Dombrowski, so they'll be more than happy to share his dirty secrets. He's a VIP executive, which means he either worked really hard using blood, sweat, and tears to make the arduous climb to the top, or he backstabbed, lied, cheated, and betrayed his way up the corporate ladder. From what I've heard, it's the second option.
It's almost always the second option, let's be honest. Like, that's over 50% of the time. It's somebody with psychopathic tendencies with a dash of sociopathy for seasoning.
Now you're speaking my language. Oh, there's one last thing. Trident equips all of their starliners with the latest acoustic threat detection. Meaning that you lose patience and kill anyone aboard the ship, security will be alerted and all hell will break loose. Anyway, I suppose that's enough to get you started.
I mean, all hell breaking loose sounds like a dream after the amount of mind-numbing conversation we've had in the last, what, 2 hours of gameplay? Maybe 3 now?
What the hell? When I asked you earlier, you said you weren't here for anything else.
I wasn't lying.
Not only did you lie to me, but now you're telling me that she sent you after the award alone? Yeah? And I suppose it's just a coincidence you happen to be asking me about the very thing Neva and I agreed to steal together. I can't believe she's trying to cut me out of this deal. Without me, the award never would have ended up here in the first place.
I mean, yeah, it's true. Without her, you're not getting back into the fleet anyway.
She told you to hold that over my head, did she? Oh, that witch. Fine, I'll help. But you're doing all the legwork, and I'm still taking my cut of the payout. So tell me, what's the status of your plan? Okay, then let me point you to the person in charge of the award. Her name's Sheila Holbrook, and you can probably find her in the Starfield ballroom.
Could you, like, speak up?
I'd
Or,
press
like,
her to reveal
enunciate?
the award's hidden, and we can go from there. And if you're thinking of pulling the trigger on poor Miss Holbrook, remember that any gun.
This sounds like somebody who's trying insanely hard to lower their voice to a register that's, like, uncomfortable because they can't push enough air out, otherwise their tone will raise. Fucking hell.
Oh, and while you're at the gala, avoid the canapes. They're frozen, not fresh.
Great, thank you. Look at that walk. That's the walk of a man that's either A, holding in a shit, or B, has got a dick so long it's wrapped around his ankles. Look at that. What a power move. What the fuck is
Captain
that?
Rokov is one of the most easygoing COs I've ever worked with. In fact,
He's prairie dogging right now.
like a captain at all.
He's been holding that back all afternoon, and now he's committed.
These newer vessels more or less run autonomously, which doesn't leave much for the crew to do around here.
Okay. Anyway.
Captain Rokov said you're allowed.
There's nothing quite like the view from Starfield.
Oh, it quick saved and auto saved at the same time. That's probably not good. There we go.
Every day that I wake up in my bunk, I count my blessings to have been posted to a ship like the Siren of the Stars.
I'm sure you do. Does anyone else ever feel kind of fucking weird that NPCs will just say that kind of shit out loud just because you're walking by? Like they've done this since Oblivion-ish. I don't recall it being much of a thing in Morrowind. But like, I want to say since Oblivion, at some point it's like somebody said to themselves, or like Todd said to himself, realistically, you know, it would feel so much better, it'd feel so much more alive if NPCs just randomly said their internal thoughts out loud. Stuff that doesn't even make sense really to be telling a total stranger walking through the area, but maybe it will, you know, maybe it's another way to sneak in, like, micro lore. you get like 3 or 4 of them saying their shit at the same time. And it's just a bunch of nonsense that, like, just screaming at a passerby. Always been a bit odd to me. Wow, this is white in here. What? Oh, that's a phenomenal amount of frame rate right there. That's a high quality frames. Okay. Odds that these balloons actually have physics applied to them and can be moved around.
I certainly hope they decide to hold all future society events aboard a Starliner.
Nope.
Have you tried
Those balloons are made of lead.
Horrid. Positively horrid.
Here for business or pleasure?
Yes. VIP guests only. Oh, fancy.
Quite a lovely Starliner. Nothing but the best for the society, eh?
Don't forget to keep your Starview pass handy at all times. You won't have access to.
So, what brings you aboard?
What's going on? What can you tell me about the society? Holy shit, this guy is a copy of the store owner on Mars who we helped out. That's just a straight up, that's the same, that is the same model.
Even if I was offered the award, I wouldn't take it. Can you imagine the security nightmare I'd have to deal with? No, thank you. The considerable amounts of cash that Dombrowski donates is the only reason we allow him to attend society functions.
Same hair as Todd. The God Howard NPC.
Nice to have met you.
That view is absolutely spectacular, isn't it?
What view?
The society chair has really outdone herself this time.
That is a haircut, let me tell you. You got that Karen do rocking it right now.
I heard he uses Galbank's VIP suite on the Siren of the Stars, almost monthly. Does the man ever do any real work?
Hell yeah, brother.
This is going to be the 9th Earth Savior Award ceremony. But the first time it's ever been held aboard a Starliner. You don't necessarily have to be wealthy to contribute, though the minimum donation level is 5,000 credits.
Okay.
Well, that was boring.
Sorry I didn't live up to your hairdo. Bitch!
Sorry, I'm busy. Maybe we'll talk another time.
Listen, you have an actual name, which means you're legitimately
An open bar would have been nice.
important.
Trident's gouging us for every
Yeah,
credit we've got.
Can we do this later?
Okay, alright, fine.
Here for business or pleasure? His behavior towards women is abominable. That man
Like the
really
snowman?
ought to be ashamed of himself. Enjoy the rest of the event. So, what brings you?
I meant to do this.
All I know is that the award is given to whomever contributed the most to the preservation of Earth as a historic landmark.
As a historic landmark, it's a barren desert. The liberals won. We scorched the earth into nothing but a massive sand dune.
It's a shame that the Earth ended in such a sorry state. But I'm glad the Society has the nerve to do something about it. That's all then?
An open bar would have been nice, but Trident's gouging us for every credit we've got.
Oh, yeah.
In the event of a lockdown, remember to return to your cabin in a quiet and orderly fashion.
I've heard that line before.
I certainly hope they decide to hold all future Society events aboard the Starliner.
Have you tried the canapes? Horrid. Ugh. Positively horrid.
Hello. Are you a member of the Society?
Not yet.
Any complaints about your cruise should be directed to one of the staff.
Mind moving along? I'm trying to enjoy the celebration.
You're not enjoying shit,
If you
bro.
have any specific requests,
Quite a lovely
please
Starliner.
speak to one of the
Larry likes to drop overly complex words into conversation.
Me too!
I'm sure he knows that it annoys people, but he does it anyway.
These blonde highlights over this dude's head. He did. Think about it.
Sheila Holbrook is chair of the award committee this year. The way she dotes over that glorified trophy, you'd think it was her own child.
Maybe it is. You think about that?
The Society was founded about 8 years ago by Carl S.A. Worthington, a prominent businessman from New Atlantis. Don't forget to donate to the cause.
Pass.
Please remember to obey all posted safety and mustering instructions.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
What the fuck are you doing here?
Any luck at the party? As long as you remember that I'm getting... What's the status? Go do something, you dig up any dirt on the boss. Don't you have somewhere to be?
Okay, how many more people am I talking to
Here
here?
for business.
Like everyone?
Larry has an A-level executive rating over at Galbank, which means he has access to everyone's accounts at the touch of a button.
Great. That sounds useful.
Sheila Holbrook is chair of the award committee this year. The way she dotes over that glorified trophy.
Okay, they actually
the
paid
rest of the
voice
event.
actors to do the same voice lines.
The society chair has really...
Do you know anything
He's been
about
spending
Sergei
a lot of time
Bobrovsky?
with Claudia Swist. Quality time, if you catch my meaning.
Hey, what
I'm
up, Smitty?
certain his wife doesn't know a thing about it.
I was just talking about how we, oh, there we go. About how we, about our Madden days and abusing Isaac Bruce. Which, of course, spun off of the fact that, who is it? The Broncos getting clapped? 70-20? To answer your question, how was Starfield so far? You know that feeling when a yawn creeps up and you yawn, but you can't quite get to the end of the yawn. It's like yawn blue balls. So you're trying to force the yawn to get the feeling of the completion of the yawn, but you can't, and it's driving you slowly insane? That's Starfield.
He's been spending a lot of time with Claudius. Well, that was boring.
Apropos. Kind of like a mediocre handjob. No. No, Myox, you're getting it all wrong. It's not mediocre. It's an unenthusiastic handjob.
Is this important? I don't have a lot of time for idle nonsense.
Listen, Sheila. Did it really just autosave here again? What am I, at least back to back? Yeah, Smitty's on the house hunt. House Hunters International. Smitty, I just got done a 3-day battle building the retaining wall flower bed.
Are you a member of the society?
In the backyard.
Is this important? I don't have a lot of time for idle nonsense. Yes.
A battle I eventually won.
Preparing for the award
It wasn't
ceremony,
pretty,
so
but
this better be
we made it.
important.
We got there.
Yes, I am. Actually, I've been entrusted with the transfer of the award for the last 7 of its 9 years. Why do you...
I have almost zero interest in playing this game. I've got great news. You're not gonna miss out on anything. Like, not even a little bit. Like, I promise you. If there, like, let me put it this way. This game isn't like a 1 out of 5 on my scale, but it's still so uninteresting, boring, and has just enough, like, not game breaking, but just enough, like, stupid bugs. It could have arguably been set up for shitty games done slow. But you know what, though? We would have quit it in the same way that we would have quit, or that we quit, what was the...
Well,
not
this
Yakuza.
is awkward. I'll just
Um...
wait until you're ready.
Oh my god, what was it that we fucking quit? The only game we ever quit? Not even Sonic 06. Shenmue. That was it. We would have been falling asleep playing this. It's like, it's bad, but it's not like it's built so, like, it's not like it's so bad that it's good. It's just uninteresting. And it sucks, because, ironically, it's the least buggy Bethesda game at release I've ever played by miles. Absolutely miles and miles ahead of any other previous Bethesda release for like, at-launch quality. But everything else about this game is an unabashed snooze fest. With the exception of perhaps... if you're somebody that's like crazy into doing some base building, which is okay levels of detail, you can do some crazy shit with it, but who's really buying this game for base building? The ship building, though, lots of people will buy it because they can build their own ship for sure. I haven't done that yet, but it's probably one of the few highlights, I would say. It's gotten to the point where he's paying you to fix it now, Smitty? Oh my god, that's incredible. Have you had, like, any luck at all with, like, finding property or anything? I know you were talking about just buying the property and then building it yourself.
Get in my cabin. Oh, please. Why would I do something so foolish? I'll have you know that the award is locked inside the master safe, located at the purser's office.
Well, thank you for all that information.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have much more important things on my agenda than to speak to the likes of you.
Bitch, let's be honest. You ain't got nothing better to do. Half a duplex for sale up the road from where we are now, and we're gonna check it out this— Oh, that's exciting!
I have about 1,000 things to do.
So like the area where you guys are, which off the top of my head, I'm not even sure I ever asked exactly where that was, but I think you said it was like out Bedford way or something. So that's like the area, like ideally you're in your neighborhood is where you guys are looking. I'm sure you're looking further afield because there's like 3 houses for sale in the entire province. But like ideally you guys are looking for kind of in that zone. Every bought land, I need to find a new job. Shit is yes, correct. 100%.
Very busy right now. Could you please
The only upside is that to getting a house right now, despite the insane interest, is that because the interest is high, despite the inventory holding the house prices up, there isn't quite as much crazy bidding wars as there were before. It's about the only upside. Oh, he's an electrician now. He's a big boy electrician. He's a 100% certified, not from concentrate, organic, locally grown, grass-fed, free-range electrician.
If this is not the very definition of decadence, I do not know what is.
Hello, I would like to steal a trophy.
I'd like to welcome you aboard. Welcome to the purser's office. I'm Chief Purser Murata.
Artisanal?
How
Oh,
can I be of assistance to you?
100% artisanal. As soon as you see the beard, you know, artisanal. My bodies held together, bubblegum and boxed wine. Hey, listen, Mom and Dad crushed the boxed wine, and so I've drank my fair share of boxed wine. I gotta be honest. I can live with boxed wine. There's there's drinkable boxed wine out there. It's all good. Speaking of boxed wine, I saw a video today that a teacher got caught at school blowing a .24.
Is everything okay?
She was like putting it off like, oh no, I wasn't, I drank yesterday, I didn't drink today. Blew a .24. Whew! Sheesh! She was out here getting blasted, getting turned up on a Tuesday. The cop was in there going, ma'am. He had the breathalyzer or whatever. She agreed to do with the breathalyzer. Blew a .24. Cop was like, fuck. Legal limit .08. She's blowing a fucking .24. Like she's over twice the legal limit. Oh my god. And so she got caught up in it, and she finally admitted. She wouldn't admit that she drank that morning in the car on the way to work until way later. But like up front, she was like, I drank last night, and he was like, do you know how much alcohol you'd have to drink for you to be last night to be you blowing a .24 at this hour of the day the next day? You'd be dead. And so he looked at the principal, he said, if you want my honest opinion, she's a functioning alcoholic. She's like sitting right there. Just put her on blast. If you want my honest opinion, she's a functioning alcoholic. And then eventually she's like, alright, I was drinking last night. It's like, so what were you drinking? What were you drinking? And she was like, wine. How much were you drinking? And she goes, not much. How much? Half a box of wine? And she said it so casual. You know, like for her, half a box of wine is a slow day. She crushed it. She's crushing that shit so heavy that a half a box of wine is a slow fucking afternoon for her. So she said it so confidently. Oh, it wasn't much, just half a box of wine. A liter and a half of wine. On a weekday.
Lost in
Incredible.
Your thoughts? I do that. I've only seen it briefly myself, but I can assure you that it's quite lovely. Unfortunately, the item is locked inside.
Cop was like, "Oh yeah, really?"
Be accessed by
And she had like this big plastic cup that she had in the classroom, and they asked what was in it. She was like, "Diet Pepsi." The cop was like, "Word?" and let it slide for a bit. And then in the midst of the conversation, she's like wiping the cup and shit. And cop was like, eventually it gets towards the end, and she was all done. Like they were taking her away at this point or whatever, but they were telling her she needs to call somebody to come pick her up, take her home, and we can't let her drive. She didn't want to call her husband. She was like, delay. Cop takes the cup. Trying to figure out which word is gonna. I'm not even seeing auto mod. What the fuck? Really? You're getting.
Was there anything there you else go. You needed?
But I open. Oh, it's probably because you are a mod. I wonder if that's why. He opened the cup, smelled it, like, ma'am, that's red wine. I said, come on! Come on, you were in that classroom, you were in the car getting hammered on the way to work, you were in that classroom getting fucking lit, and you're sitting here trying to tell this cop you were drinking a Diet Pepsi? Come on, what are you doing? And then she was like, am I gonna get fired? The word is...
Is everything okay?
What the fuck? Is that supposed to be... Oh! Wait, why would that be in the list? Really? Oh, that's friggin' weird. It's probably like some crazy fucking far-flung, barely ever used like slur or some shit.
Well, if you change it... Oh, absolutely. The safe is magnetically sealed and shielded with multiple layers of fully damage-resistant, vacuum-proof plating.
We had a box of wine in college between four of us.
And the threat detection alarm is triggered.
She said, no problem.
Permanently sealed until it reaches port.
Let me crush half of this.
Event, this ship is destroyed. We can assure you that your loved ones will be able to recover your goods from the wreckage.
Wonderful.
So, as you can imagine, your property will be completely secure until you decide
I would have to chug a 40 of the captain through the old cornhole before I can handle kids for 8 hours a day.
Is everything okay?
Just get the spout out, plug her right in the old fucking starfish and get that white spice into her. Just sit on the bottle. Sit on the bottle, do a handstand. Maybe get somebody to spin you around so it gets the liquid to fucking spiral out faster.
Don't forget to tell your
God.
How much you enjoy the cruise.
Doing a breakdance with a fucking bottle of fucking vodka up your ass. Oh shit. Alright, what do I gotta do to like... That's not what I wanted to do at all. What the fuck just happened?
If your voyage is unsatisfactory.
Alright, well she didn't care.
Oh, absolutely. The safe is magnetic in the unlikely, in the even more. So, please let me know if there's anything I can do to
so
make
how
you
do
stay
I...
more comfortable.
How do I... I would like to hold something in the safe.
On behalf of Trident Luxury Lines, I'd like to
Baldur's
welcome you
Gate 3, I
aboard.
ended up falling down a rabbit hole of Docker secrets and how they make 0 sense. Docker, like the programming tooling? Ah. Ah. Okay, so... You'd think I could just, you know...
Glad to have you aboard.
ask her to place something in here. Okay. Anyway. Anyway.
Sorry. Do I know you?
Are you asking me or the cup on the table in front of you? Oh my god.
Look, I think you're definitely confused here. I really don't have time to have a discussion with you. My partner's waiting for me. He's a very important man.
Is he?
His wife? Oh, for the love of God.
Yep.
I told Larry
Buckle
to keep
up.
his big mouth shut, but did he listen? No. He had to impress his friends and treat me like a trophy. Look, I've been in this business for a long time, and I know how this game works. So let's skip all the banter and
You been
get it over
blowing a
with.
lot of married dudes?
What's it gonna take to make us both happy?
I give you cash and you give me Dombrowski on a platter. Or I can use persuade. I mean, I've got persuasion skills. But I also have a lot of money and I can skip the persuasion skill to make this happen.
If I give you dirt on that son of a bitch Dombrowski, I'll...
Oh my god, 2, 4, 6. Really? 6?
Gal... If you're trying to...
Wow, she is...
You know what? You're willing to pay me to give you
That'll
dirt
work.
on Larry? Sorry, I thought I'd end up on the short end of the deal.
I mean, you are.
You know, this whole thing really pisses me off. Larry and I had the perfect scheme worth thousands of credits all worked out, and then he goes and flushes the whole thing down the toilet.
I do not understand. Your anger is focused on Mr. Dombrowski, but clearly the failure of this plan rests on you as well.
Wow,
If you had to
Andrasia.
work near him day in and day out, I think you'd understand. He's a disgusting pig, plain and simple.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting to that. Larry got together with myself and this other guy, Gabriel Vera. He's some bigwig over at UC Security. I doctored the transactions. Larry wiped them
I
off
like
the
how they
system,
had to
and
give
Vera
her
kept the legal pressure
the
off of us.
what was the model that the famous model that had the mole in that spot on her face?
I
Fucking
discovered Larry was cheating everyone by changing each transaction in his favor before deleting them.
it's not Claudia. fucking what's her face, is it? No, it was somebody else. Cindy Crawford.
I wish I had some. Maybe you should try talking to Gabriel Vera.
Cindy Crawfish.
If he doesn't want to cooperate, just mention my name. That should grab his attention. Good luck. You're gonna need it. I wrote a computer algorithm that basically creates a randomized number of false.
Oh, her name is Claudia Swift. Oh my
actual
god.
credits. Then the algorithm simply passes the ghost credits to
This is 100% a reference.
transfers that the bank transacts. The genuine credits enter a dummy account. The best part is that I also alter the crypto keys as the real cash flows into our accounts. By the time it lands in our pockets, the creds are clean. So, on paper, it appears that all of the bank's transactions are covered, when it's really just our ghosted dummy creds. Genius, right?
Yeah, totally.
What do you think is going on? I'm using that gullible idiot to get what I want. If I have to squash him on my way to the top, then so be it. Let's get one thing straight. Larry Dombrowski's no saint. He deserves everything that's coming to him.
Oh, what a nice rationalization. You'll do well in big business.
Yes, no judgment. But I am curious to hear a bit more.
It doesn't matter if you're here to judge me or not, because there's nothing to judge. Dombrowski is a piece of human garbage. He'd stab you in the back for table scraps, then stab you again to steal dessert. The plan's always been to milk the guy for everything he's worth, and then leave him in the dust. Not bad for a lowly Galbank worker drone, right? What, are you writing a damn novel? Fine. Vera works for UC Security, so he kept a lookout on their commnet for any Galbank chatter. I guess you could call him our early warning system. And Dombrowski made sure that all of the crypto manipulation I was working on didn't turn up in Galbank's automatic audits. You need top clearance for that kind of access, so we had to cut him in, whether we liked it or not. I hope you hurt Dombrowski. Nail his ass right to the wall.
I mean, that was more of your job, but I'll see what I can do. Tell me to not just autosave again on my wow. That's 3 for 3 now.
Must you continue these unwelcome interruptions? I'm a very busy woman.
Anyone ever told you that you're choosing a terrible lipstick color? I need your claim ID for the Earth Savior Award.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I'll just be a forward about
Why
it.
in goodness name would I do something as foolish as that?
Well... This is not an option, really?
And why in goodness name would I possibly agree to that ridiculous demand?
Well... Why would just tell me and I'll get out of your hair even be an option here?
Maybe. Need to think about it.
Great success. What is this persuasion tree?
I'm still willing to talk.
Wait, what is happening? None of this makes sense. None of these options make sense contextually. Not even a little bit. I am literally asking her to give over the key to go and get the trophy. And she's like, why would I ever give you the key? And your responses for persuasion are, nobody else needs to know about this. I just need information. Nothing will ever connect back to you. Time for you to talk. What?
Yeah, I hope so.
What?
Oh, just take the damn thing already.
What?
Listen, maybe you can keep this between us.
What?
If the award goes missing, there's no need for the insurance.
Bro, this is some of the shittiest writing I've seen in a modern game. I'm just gonna be fucking honest. This is fucking abysmal.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Not only is the main quest line essentially just Mass Effect Light, with none of the fucking nuance, although maybe they have all the nuance in the 11th hour of the quest, I don't fucking know. But just the general writing for characters and every other aspect of the game is so mediocre to poor that it's kind of depressing. Now granted, that's not new for Bethesda. That's kind of par for the course, but I want to believe that in 2023, given all else about Bethesda games stay relatively equal, that they'd find ways to improve in these areas.
If the rest of this ship is any indication, I imagine there is an incredible amount of wealth stored in there right now.
Thank you. Is it weird I'm ignoring the actual story and counting how many NPCs have a hooded eye shape? The answer is yes. To the hooded eye shape.
I'm sorry, but unless you're reporting a security
Bethesda using ChatGPT.
I believe our business has concluded.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
That view is absolutely spectacular.
Hello. You here for the charity event?
I'm interested in what's going on at Galbank. I'd rather talk about Sergei Bobrovsky.
Dombrowski, he's the exec holding court over in the VIP area of the ballroom. Yeah, sorry, I work for UC Security, not Galbank. I don't really know him personally. Claudia sent you, did she? Look, friend, I don't know if you're just a little drunk, maybe a touch crazy, or both. Whatever you think you know about me, you're dead wrong. So back off.
We both know exactly who you are.
You tell him, Andreja. Just so that you're involved in this conversation.
Just in case you weren't aware, I am the authorities.
Look, I know you wanted to say I am the law,
down to your
but
word against mine.
legal reasons.
And since I work for UC Security, who do you think people will believe?
Bitch, I'm the hero of Kavach.
Could we talk?
Optional, kill him. Okay, that's probably not a good idea. What do you want to talk about? It better be this quest and not some random bullshit just because an arbitrary amount of time has passed.
I have something I wanted to say,
Oh no.
but I confess I am afraid of how you will react.
She sat down and listened to a story about a woman blowing a dude in an affair on the side, and now she's catching feelings.
I am reluctant to put that to the test. But it is necessary that we are honest with each other. I know that you said you prefer to be surrounded by others, unlike me. But Constellation means something to us both. And I must be honest about why. The little I have spoken of.
Jeff comes into chat and drops a Love is Blind reference.
With smugglers. I have caused my share of pain and suffering.
Oh, God.
What I have left out, until now, is that all of that was done on behalf of House Varun. My people. My family.
Congratulations.
I am not joking. I was born in the great city of Dazra, and raised with the teachings of Jinan Varun. I underwent the rite of Krejar when I came of age. I am of the promised, those who know the truth of the Great Serpent and his inevitable return.
Okay, so here's a problem I have with this. I have a couple of things I have a problem with. One, it's not Love is Blind, so I'd rather be watching that. Two, it kills me that your companions choose to talk about these things apparently on a fucking whim. Like, you're in the middle of this mission, undercover, doing all this crazy shit. You finish a conversation with somebody else, and they'll just be like, hey, I'd like to have a chat with you. And if you don't talk to them,
there more?
She's gonna say that, or they're gonna say that, once every 60 seconds to 2 minutes, ad infinitum, until you fucking talk to them. And so you have no choice but to engage here, and do something that is contextually completely out of the fucking, like, out of whatever you're doing. And just derails you from whatever the fuck it is. That you were already doing. And,
Why have you gone quiet?
Because you're crazy. And like, and then, okay, so the next part of why I don't like this is that she's throwing out all these words and terms and shit that you would only know if as a player, if you found a book on House Varun and read that book and had any like, otherwise she's just rattling shit off. And we don't, I don't have any context for that. In something like Knights of the Old Republic, where like some of the characters had, you know, similar, you know, this is a similar character to say, what's her face, Knights of the Old Republic,
Have I lost your interest?
Was it Knights of the Old Republic 1 or 2, where you have one of the, girls, she ends up actually being sort of a bad guy of sorts. Oh my god, what was her name? You have to try really hard. You have to do a lot to get her to go to the light side. Anyway, very similar character situation here. But like, you learn about all, like, a lot of the you know, the details relevant to her as a character from, like, her cultural backstory freely beforehand. Here,
Awaiting the great
we have
serpent's
not.
return. Teach us patience. Seems it is much needed.
So here you're just out of nowhere at a gala undercover drug bust bullshit, and she's just prattling on about shit that we don't know anything. We got no context for any of that shit whatsoever. Like, zero.
You must understand. My being here is secret. No one is supposed to know. Several years ago, I intercepted
If this
requests
ends
from
in
Constellation
a
to access
fucking,
Varun
like,
space.
mission
Speaking
for
only
her,
of exploration. I was sent to infiltrate Constellation.
it's gonna do that, isn't it?
posing
It's
as a
happening.
former smuggler looking for a new purpose in life. That was the intent, yes, but the reality is more complicated. Several weeks after
The best
I arrived,
Xbox game was the one they
attempted
just
to
wrote off
access
and released with
secure
anything.
records
Yeah,
within
Hi-Fi Rush, yeah.
Constellation's archives,
And that was one that they
and
came with the
Sarah
studio they bought.
waiting for me. Quite an understatement. I was horrified. My failure would be reported to the High Council, and the penalty would be severe.
So you're actually a double agent. Oh my god.
You are now the third person within Constellation.
I'm the third person now?
You and I have spent so much time together. It has been increasingly difficult to keep.
And
this
the
going.
other two didn't, like,
And I am sorry.
mention this?
Telling you this violates so many of the orders I was given. But it was the right thing to do.
What the fuck?
I can feel that.
So who else knows? She just said that you were I'm the third person in Constellation. So two other members of Constellation know, unless she's including herself. Did I miss that she mentioned names? I could keep it 100. It wouldn't surprise me if I glazed over that. I was fucking.
Are we still conversing, or are we done?
God, I hate that they have that included. That's so annoying. Oh my god, why?
You have no idea what a relief that is. Thank you.
Well, Sarah would seemingly make sense. I don't know who the other one would be.
I meant it.
But, like, why wouldn't the two people, like, mention... That's fucking wackadoodle. Anyway, back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Or would have been nice.
So, like, why...
Dragon's gouging us for every credit we've got.
Why wouldn't... Okay, so... Why... Okay, she told me that, and that's great, but... So to what end? What...
You've had your time to talk. Now piss off.
I mean, alright. Sure.
I saw your little exchange with Vera. Keep that up, and I guarantee that imbecile's gonna demand that you be arrested.
Oh my god.
Which is why he's threatening you. That makes sense. We need hard evidence of their scheme. But it's gonna be tricky. The problem is he's not...
You're gonna need some Viagra for that hard evidence.
We need to get Vera isolated so he'll spill everything he knows. Smart. If there's an emergency, standard practice is for all passengers to clear the decks and report to their cabins for local.
Oh my god, Dapred.
I think the best chance we have would be to tamper with the life support sensors. Manipulate a few controls, and you can fool the monitoring system into thinking there's a life support failure. And there you have your emergency.
Your lack of commitment does not exactly fill me with confidence. Are you sure this is a good idea?
Don't worry. It'll be as easy as it
Bitch,
was
you're a
when you
double
pressed
agent.
the
Shut your
button.
mouth.
Just throw a few lousy switches and you're done. One more thing. If Chief Engineer Sundin gives you any trouble, tell him I'll erase that gambling debt he owes me. I prefer you use that as a last resort, but hey, what's the harm in losing a few credits when I'm on the brink of rejoining the fleet, right?
Yeah,
Anyway,
totally.
I better start packing. Things are getting hot around here, and won't be long before Trident figures out you had help.
This guy recorded his voiceover during the pandemic in a closet in his home where it was still relatively loud and not sound treated, so he had to basically whisper everything into his fucking microphone.
There's access to the crew section that you can reach through the Starview Ballroom. Chief Sundin should be there, wasting time at his station as usual. Have fun with that guy. He's a real piece of work. Once you're past Sundin, just look for the room marked Environmental Control. Everything you need is inside. All passengers are instructed to immediately report to their cabins. That way, we keep the halls clear and avoid a panic. Fortunately for us, all of the passenger cabin doors will automatically unlock. This is normally to ensure the crew can check cabins quickly and without interference. But in our case, it's like having an all-access pass.
Wonderful!
Get back to it.
I certainly hope they decide to hold all future society events.
Engineering dick.
Is well maintained, to be sure, but obviously the credits have all been spent on the areas the guests actually see.
Say that out loud a little louder.
Hey, hold up. This area is off limits to passengers. Wait
I'm not a
second.
passenger.
You're Captain Rokov's guest, right? Didn't expect to see you down here.
How the fuck would you know that?
Trouble. What can I do for you? Oh, sorry, that area is off limits. No exceptions.
Wow. Space scoundrel. Coming in the clutch.
All right. No need to get pushy about it.
Pushy?
Captain Rokov sure picks some weird friends. Tell you what, I'm just going to step out for a bit and stretch my legs. Maybe you can hold this for me while I'm away?
I don't know. I don't know what the accent is. Swedish, maybe? Like Nordic of some kind?
Whatever you do, don't break anything, or I'll be out of a job.
Oh my god. Alright, we've gone full yob now. My man getting a jog on.
Need anything else?
Oh. He's just like getting out of the fucking room so that we can do this. And he's like way out there. He could have just stood up and got out of the way. I'm sure everyone will be fine without life support.
May I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain
Much nicer in here now. Plenty of room.
That's what she said?
There's no cause for alarm. I'm sure this is just
All passengers are being asked to return to their cabins at this time.
Knock, knock.
A sharp contrast from the crew quarters, is it not?
Well, we haven't been in the crew quarters, so...
I was wondering if you were the cause of the ship-wide emergency. It's time you stop playing games and tell me why you're here. First of all, you're in no position to demand anything. And second, you must think I'm stupid. There's no way I'd possibly incriminate myself by handing over the evidence.
May I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency.
You don't need to worry about anything ever again.
Orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
Claudia said that. You sure? Damn it! That means my money's already gone. And Dombrowski's going to walk away with a fortune. I'd love to see the bastard fry. But if I give you that information and it falls into the wrong hands, I could end up in jail.
Okay. Wait, all this for 2,500 credits? Man, what the...
At least I walk away with something. All right.
Wow.
You have yourself a deal.
This man's ready to go to jail for 2,500 credits.
This recording to tie it all together, you'll be able to nail his ass to the wall. He'll do
That's the second time I've heard that.
Just remember that you promised to leave me out of it.
I don't know what everyone's so obsessed with nailing his ass to a wall for. This man got a nice ass or something? The booty's on their mind.
Well, since Claudia has been spending time disgustingly close to Dombrowski, I think she's suffered enough. On the other hand, I've got very, very special plans for Larry. I have some friends that can, well, let's just say, take care of the problem. That's
great.
If you leave him alive, of course. We'll just have to wait and see.
All passengers.
You better
May
tell
I have your
Dombrowski to run.
attention, please?
Because if you don't kill
The
him,
captain has declared a ship-wide emergency.
Sergei Bobrovsky.
Orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
Our security team would appreciate if you please show...
I'd appreciate if you shut the fuck up. Hey. You look like my father.
Well, well. You must be
In the
one
game.
who's been accosting Claudia and Gabriel. I'm uncertain what you hope to accomplish here, but it appears we should rapidly enter into some sort of negotiation.
Fine, what do you got?
Excellent, excellent. So, before we begin, let's review the facts. First, it's clear that you've obtained insider knowledge of my arrangement to defraud Galbank. The means and the method, perhaps, but not the motive. And second, I'm going to hypothesize that my compatriots are despondent regarding their share and have assisted you with this endeavor. Since we're speaking and I'm not at the reporting end of a bullet, this leads me to conclude that you desire something personal from me.
May I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
I need to get a thesaurus to understand what you're saying. An amazing trick, Professor.
I pride myself on having an intensely thorough education, though I'd hardly call myself a professor. Though I'm sure that your compliment also meant you were having trouble understanding what I've been saying. In blunt terms, you have compromising materials about me in your possession. The only thing I have to offer in return are my Galbank credentials. I assume that's what you've been angling for all along?
Will there be much more of this? My head is starting to hurt.
Why? Nothing is that complicated about this, Andreja. Keep it together. Head on a swivel.
Well, I'm surprised you even posed that question at all. The answer is quite obvious. The last thing I'd want to do at this point is call attention to myself. Splendid. It appears we've reached an accord. Wait, I'm sorry. Let me simplify that for you. It sounds like we have a deal. Oh, of course, I trust you'll understand if I ask for us to avoid any further contact. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to formulate how I'm going to utterly ruin two very annoying business associates. Good day.
Oh, good God. Who's the voice actor?
This ship is in a state of emergency.
Well, looks like everything worked out. Just like we planned. I'm glad one of us did. I'm just hoping you'll put in a good word for me with Delgado. Otherwise, I've risked my career for nothing. You know, I'm still wondering exactly what you needed those credentials for. You feel like telling me, partner?
No.
I usually have a nose for these things. Whatever the case may be, it's apparently worth... Of course, of course. Anyway, I suppose there's nothing stopping me from rejoining the fleet now. I owe you one, Dover. Don't worry, it's not an insult. It's a very old Russian word for comrade. It's what I intend to call you from now on, so get used to it.
Oh, cute.
Ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion.
Nonsense. If there's one universal constant you can depend on, it's that Yevgeny Rokov always makes good on his deals. Always. Well, I suppose this is where we part company. Hopefully the next time we meet, we'll be aboard the Key.
Okay. And now that we've done all of that thrilling talking.
The Siren of the Stars is now in emergency state. status. Please remain calm and proceed to your cabin.
This is all orders. We're gonna go up here.
All passengers are being asked to return to their...
Oh. Oh, wait, shit. Wait, this is all the residential. There should be a door. The hallway.
All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in
Am
an
I fucking
orderly
high?
fashion.
Isn't one of these branches supposed to take us to... Ah, here we go. Ba, 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 ba. Oh God, did we just go in like a giant fucking circle? No, we can go this way. Oh, wait, what? Wait, why the fuck did it send me back here? What? Yeah. Okay. I'm honest to God trying to remember in my mind backtracking out of this bitch. I mean, I know I didn't go this way, but I'm just curious. Okay. Yeah, maybe it's through here? Crew quarters. We're obviously trying to get back to our ship. Do we have a... No? Okay. I thought maybe a closer stairway. Knock, knock.
All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your
What's up?
cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further
Can't
instructions.
go that way. Where the fuck did they put the fucking stairs? Are you kidding me right now? Those are all crew quarters. Here we go. Come on, this way. Navigating this ship is a fucking real treat. Hi,
Our own ship.
What are you defining as review complete for this playthrough? Oh my god, Trek. Huge fan, love your Warcraft content. So I'll be, you know, doing a decent chunk of the side quests. Obviously finish the main quest. I'd like to do a little bit of the shipbuilding at some point. And that's probably about it. I'm aware it's Miss 30th birthday. I've retweeted about it and everything else. Makes me feel real young. Holy shit, Andresia's not friggin' twerking in my face. Undick. Uh-oh, I spoke too soon. For fuck's sakes, Andresia. You keep it in your pants. Wait, hold up. Oh, right. Yeah, the big 3-0. One of the greatest games of all time, but also one of the most important games.
Scanned as you enter the city. Please keep moving.
Are we really just gonna let this body decompose? I mean, this shit's been here for a hot minute. The city's been repaired now. Enough time has passed. What are we doing? Here, let me help you here. Let me do your job. Weekend at Bernie's style.
I used to be an actuary. Now look at me.
Heard you needed some help.
No funny stuff with that boost pack. Got enough flight traffic as it is.
Good luck.
Okay, no bounty.
That won't get through customs. I don't know, some of the customs agents in this game might be crazy enough. Convince them it's just a purse. Oh boy, here we go. Bank gallivanting.
Hello, welcome to the Galbank Archives. May I see your credentials, please?
Don't get many visitors down here.
Oh no, none at all. I'm all alone down here. Yeah, yep, completely by myself.
Yeah, that's believable.
Well, I guess you're down here too, right? So that's two of us now. Sorry, not trying to lie to you or anything, just, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. No, this is just their deep storage facility.
Wow, this guy's really selling it,
current
eh?
records are upstairs in the main facility. This is where they put the older data onto long-term servers.
Uh-huh.
Just one moment while I verify. Oh, yes, Mr. Dombrowski. Welcome, sir. Give me a moment to log your visit, and then I'll unseal the archives. Me? No. Look, this is my first day on the job. Cut me some slack, okay? I can't afford to lose it. Got a wife and kids to feed.
Guy is
Everything
chalked
checks out.
right now.
Give me a moment to log your visit, and then I'll unseal the archives. There we go. Have a wonderful day.
I like how they went with green for money. Oh yeah, that's first day on the job, eh? First day on the job, huh? Oh, you're a big boy.
You cannot.
Oh, yeah, wait until I bring out my anti-gravity wave. Ha! I know they are, aren't they? Stand back. Wouldn't want you to get hurt. Whew! Better than what I got. Although, what do we got here? Hacker +2 max auto attempts, 10% chance to stagger nearby attackers. I see. Oh, that's a reasonable bump. But you're actually playing? Dude, is Payday 3 still down bad? It launched on Thursday, I'm assuming it's still not playable. They finally got matchmaking semi-working. Okay. Alright, well, that's a start. According to the people I know playing it, it somewhat works like the Broncos defense. Rip Broncos. Broncos are truly down horrendous. Knowing Bethesda will have a run-in with the guy that was at the desk there or something, and it's gonna be like this awkward, hey!
Can we run through it one more time?
Miami get revenge on Denver over NBA Finals. That's kind of funny. I didn't even think about that. It's true. The clapback. Cross out for a reshade? Well, I mean, yeah, the problem that reshade is gonna have, depending on how well the hooks work, is just the kind of like filter that they're kind of running with to get this stuff so washed out and whatever. I wasn't thinking about that so much as I was just thinking about how... I don't know how to describe it. The aesthetic in this game is just all over the place. You know what I mean? Like, it's not to say that you want everything to be homogeneous, clearly. but as a, like, unifying themes, I don't know, just something seems off to me.
Will you be taking off immediately, or are there other matters that require your attention?
Is everyone ready for the clappening? The unifying theme is that it's a Bethesda game. Alright, I mean, yeah, fair. Why not? Oh god. Okay, here we go. Oh dude, the Taylor Swift thing? Well, that's because What's-His-Face invited her to the game, eh? And then she actually fucking went. Dude, Taylor Swift's so big right now, if she does anything, everyone, like every fucking piece of media coming after it. New Atlantis looks at the concept art of Neom, which is the money sink project of a mega city in Saudi Arabia. I mean, in all honesty, I mean, I wouldn't be surprising because you know it's you know kind of campy, futuristic themes.
Want to kick back? Avoid the last Nova.
The Crimson Fleet is not to be trusted, no matter your relationship with them.
Coming from the woman who's been lying to me the whole time and is actually a double agent for the Varun and us.
Bog, tell him to lighten up. Guy's got a real attitude problem.
That's rich.
Every time I see Radley smile, I want to punch him in the face.
I hope you came with credits.
Since I'm here.
If it's hard to find, hey.
The Power Beat. 11 mil. The 1-inch punch, rounds fire in a shotgun-like spread. With 11 mil rounds? What? Okay. The Varun Pain Blade. It's Pain Blade! Let it rip! You know what? I'm gonna buy that. The origin of species. Oh, I picked up a thermos. Well, that's what I accidentally picked up. Oh yeah. Alright, we keep only rare and exotics around here. Maybe an uncommon if I'm feeling it now.
Always a pleasure.
Alright, where's Chucklefuck? Come here, Chucklefuck.
Is something amiss?
I'm about to give you something.
Whatever you give me, yes?
I'm about to give you something. You ready? Are you ready for this? Merry Christmas.
All right then.
Where's the fucking staircase in here again? I never remember the fucking layout of half of these. They all look, it just looks the same.
So there I am.
That's just one giant ass fucking loop. Gotta be a fucking elevator or some shit. Where's the elevator? Here we go.
Your buddy Rokoff is aboard the Key. Told me everything that happened.
Yeah, he won't shut up about you. Keeps going on and on. Now I remember why we kicked his ass out the fleet. Still a lazy old bastard, huh? Can't say I'm surprised.
That's not exactly filling me with confidence.
That Beyblade jingle just got me nostalgic for Metabots.
In or is he out?
I never watched or knew anyone that watched or like had any or whatever of the Metabots. Like that was just never a thing around here. So I missed that train.
Huh. Interesting. You think it's worth wasting credits on the guy?
It's not even worth wasting a bullet on Rokov.
If Rokoff had anything to do with putting this information about Crix's legacy in our hands, then I say cut him in for a taste. You don't like it, Neva? Too bad. Speaking of which, let me see that data you copied from the Galbank archives. Ah, so the Galbank transport went down over Bannock 4. Bannock. Why does that sound familiar? Neva?
Yeah, keep your panties on. I'm looking it up. And I got it. Bannock 4. Let's see. Damn it. Bannock 4 is an EM-class gas giant. We can't even get a ship near the thing without frying every circuit aboard.
Approaching that in, well, in any ship would be suicide.
We're going on foot. Don't ask questions. I'll just do it.
I just said the place is EM class. But hey, if you want to commit suicide, please.
It might speed the game up.
Don't let me stop you.
Both of you shut up and think for a second. I'm sure Creeks hit the same roadblock. All we need to do is figure out how he got around it.
This sounds like a goddamn waste of time to me.
I mean, if he got around it, then he probably fucking has the shit, which means it's probably not there.
No, this all makes sense. The data says the transport went down over Bannock 4, carrying currency during the Narian.
If you Princess
There were
Leia
ships
through
fighting
space,
across the
I will
entire
commit
galaxy back
any
then.
crime.
It's not that hard to believe this one got lost that far out from home.
Oh, that scene was just so fucking... What was that? Why was that? Oh my god. Kathleen Kennedy. What did you help? What did you enable? Huh?
That's the spirit, Rook. That is the essence of the Crimson Fleet that has been slipping away lately. Neighbor, the Galbank data says the transport had a CBR-27 transponder. Can we track that kind of thing? Pinpoint its exact location?
That transponder is military grade. We're talking ultra-bit encryption.
Ultra-bit.
Constantly reshuffling
Unobtainium
frequencies.
bit.
We don't have shit like that laying around. But before you get that pissy look on your face, I heard that the UC's been working on a ship signal decryption system called
Oh, more
Spike.
busy work.
We grab
Goody,
that
let's
little beauty,
do it.
and we'll be able to track anything you want.
All right, here is the plan, so shut up and listen. Rook, I want you and Neva to put your heads together and get us that comm spike. I don't care if it's mounted at the top of mast. I want it. In the meantime, I'm going to find out more about this EM-class gas giant problem. And I think I know just who to ask.
Give me a little time to crunch the numbers on the comm spike with
In the
Jazz.
theater I was in, some people
And I'll
actually
point us in
chuckled
the
and
right
laughed during that. I mean, like, how can you not? When it was happening, I remember when we were in the theater watching it, and it was happening, I mean, I don't think I laughed, but I definitely think, I definitely think I would say I was dumbstruck. Like, I didn't know what I was processing. On one hand, it was like my brain was like churning through like all the implications of what that scene brings, and on the other hand, my other side of the brain was like, why the fuck would anyone write this in?
I promise. You gonna write that in your diary, little girl?
All right,
I'm gonna
that's
tattoo
enough.
it to your
We
face.
are in arm's reach of Crix's legacy, and I don't have time to deal with this kind of bullshit. Now, both of you, get that?
All right.
You have my attention.
I got a bounty so big, the Trackers Alliance had to beef up their servers just to keep tabs on it.
That was the equivalent of I caught a fish so big, but then not actually having the fish to show.
Steph sharks, but to the fleet, they're just bait.
Figure out what you want to do. There you go. There was some big Star Wars fans when I went, also during the race scene where she lifts the rocks with no effort, some dude slammed his chair hard. Bro was watching one of the like seminal movie franchises be completely fucking torched in real time, and he was going through it. You know, he was going through it.
All right, let's get right to it. Did you get
Hey,
the
oh, it's
Xavier
112
Award?
months. Let's fucking go, bro.
gonna be
Welcome
very
back. Are you winning, son? Yeah. Oh.
Well, well, look at that. You followed my directions, and now you're gonna end up with some credits in your pocket. Of course, it would have been
It's gonna be
more
like
money if you
2,500
hadn't
credits.
blabbed about the damn thing to roll call, but that's on you. Anyway, here's your cash. Keep this up, and I might even start respecting you. All right, Fleet? We've all
Told you,
got work to
3,000
do,
credits.
so let's get to it.
Bro, everything is the same amount of fucking reward in this game. It don't matter if you're killing like a rat in a fucking sewer, 2 grand. Steal a highly coveted, insanely expensive trophy, 3 grand. Kill 47 fucking spacer pirates in their ships and then an entire fucking armada of foot soldiers, 2,500. The fans cursed Lucas so hard for the prequels, not knowing how much worse Disney would do it with yeah, nobody. I mean, a lot of people definitely went into these sequels going, it can't be worse than the prequels, and then, oh my god.
Hey Jazz, what's safer, AC or DC?
Neither are safe. Depends on how you want to die. Do you want your heart to stop from continuous voltage, or freak out and then stop?
Which one has the freaking out?
AC.
So when I electrocute someone, best to use that. Got it.
I've got bounties in every system. Idiots will never catch me.
Oh, you're such a hard ass. God, all these people, like, all these lines are so fucking, like, corny, man. Smuggling beats a real job any day. I have the biggest bounty this side of the fucking Mississippi. Isn't that cool? I hope my mom loves me for who I am despite being a serial killer. Like, who writes this shit? Why is that even a, like, what are we doing here? Fuck. What has happened to Bethesda?
Need something?
It kind of reminds me of like the difference between the Dark Brotherhood in Oblivion and the Dark Brotherhood in Skyrim. Like something happened, some massive shift internally happened between those two games. Because like, I mean, just tonally watching them go from Dark Brotherhood Oblivion to the one in Skyrim, and like the lines are just so fucking corny and like shitty fucking like millennial snark and whatever the fuck, and like completely doesn't, like, it doesn't even fit the character or the organization. Well, the 3 sequels, with the exception of the third, the third really should never have happened. So let's just talk about the first 2 of the sequels. I mean, like, from, like, I would be able to listen to arguments that they are better than the prequels from the standpoint of like a movie critique from like a technical perspective, or to some degree some of the writing maybe, but not all of. But the damnation of the sequels, other than the entirety of the third, is the complete mishandling of just about absolutely everything Star Wars related, including the send-off of some of the most important actors and characters in film history. So for me, that easily overshadows the issues the prequels bring up, because like it's kind of like the issues in the sequels versus the issues in the prequels is kind of like when people talk about how people were, you know, or how like we got adjusted to all the crazy shit Trump was doing. And then you like think back, you're like, remember back in the day when like the most fucking crazy news headline for the longest while about Obama was that he wore a tan suit? That's kind of the difference between the sequels and the prequels. Like the prequels had a lot of unfortunate shit. But the sequels committed atrocities with far more consistency on a daily basis, kind of a deal.
Say the word, and we shall be on our way.
Like, what's the worst thing that you can say about the prequels, really? You could say that, like, they shoehorned midichlorians in to the canon. You can say that, you hated the children's tie-in of, like, Jar Jar Binks. We can poke fun at the dialogue, writing. You know, the classic, you know, I've got, you know, I hate sand line. That's kind of it. Really. Like, of stuff that's worth mentioning. And some of that is like, Jar Jar Binks as a kid's tie-in, you know, people complained about the Ewoks for the same reason. But you gotta realize, like, I'm not gonna hate on them for including a children tie-in character or thing. Like, I'm just not gonna hate on them for it. Like, when I was a kid, and I saw that movie when it first came out in theaters, I was a Jar Jar fan because I was the demographic. I owned a Jar Jar fucking t-shirt. I got older, Jar Jar drove me fucking crazy. I can't, the fucking character kills me. But that's because I'm older now, I am not the demographic. So like, the Jar Jar thing is neither here nor there for me. The dialogue writing is absolutely fucking atrocious, but we already know from the original trilogy that that's just a George Lucas problem. And the cast in interviews over the years has revealed many times that they had to make corrections for it because they were like, George, nobody fucking talks like this. George, stop. And then obviously the prequels, nobody was telling him to shut the fuck up and he's crazy. He just went off the rails. And so, like, what are you really left with? I guess. I mean, so like that can lower the quality of the film. You know, I can understand why somebody might enjoy them less, but the sequels are so riddled with bullshit. I mean, you could write a thesis about it for a fucking like master's degree or PhD. You could have an entire fucking thesis. Or not even just a thesis. You could write a Encyclopedia Britannica style series. There's enough material to work with. I found one of my old elementary school journals recently. I think it said Jar Jar was funny in the journal. Yeah, he's literally there as, you know, a children's character. That's the entire. That was always there for it. Like, they could have used any style of what's the race's name? Starts with a G. Gundam or Gundam Wing, totally. Gungan? Anyway, they could have used any, like, just regular to be the vehicle to get, you know, Qui-Gon and whatever there to talk to the king. But, you know, that was their, you know, make the silly slapstick, talk weird. Opa Gungan style. That's probably a video somewhere. Ah, yes, hello. I just finished my first BGS3 playthrough. Should I go back and check out the Adam VODs for his playthrough? Well, I mean, they're there. So if you ever want to, they're not going anywhere. Anyway, Star Wars sucks now except for some of the TV stuff, TLDR. I mean, yeah, I think everyone's kind of on the same page for that, you know, for all intents and purposes. I think the saddest thing is that they overuse Star Wars. They release too much of it. Star Wars used to be an event, now it's just another thing. It's another cog in Disney's wheel. It's you know, something else to be brought out of the Disney vault. Stripped nude in the square, tarred, feathered, and wrung dry before being hung, resurrected, and put through the process again. Meat in the grinder. And so that's going to cause a bunch of problems in and of itself. Star Wars has now sucked longer than it was good, more or less. I mean, you know I mean, like, yeah, Disney basically, I mean, Disney was on the verge of basically bankruptcy, and before they didn't have any money left, they just started buying up everything they could possibly get their fucking hands on, and survive almost exclusively on big blockbuster movies now, and that's like their entire fucking shtick. They're trying to make Disney Plus be able to be like a you know, long-term viable revenue generator, but everyone in the streaming space is still more or less just burning money, so I don't know how that's gonna work out. I think the thing that just annoys me more than anything about the sequels is that there is no real possibility of getting a do-over on the send-offs for Luke, Leia, and Han. That was they had a window with the actors and actresses. That was the show. They fucked it. That was like their one job. Like if I'm heading up Star Wars at that point, if I'm Kathleen Kennedy, first of all I'm firing myself because I'm useless and I need to be doing literally anything else. Like anything. Anything at all. But before I fire myself, I think to myself, hey, listen, my job is to make Disney a bunch of money. With Star Wars, great news. We can put out literally schlock. It's gonna make $1 billion. We ain't gotta try very hard. We sprinkle enough special effects in this bitch and call it Star Wars and have some lightsaber fights. It's making a bill. So with that being said, what responsibilities we got here carry this torch over from old Georgie Porgy, roly-poly, oly bitch? Well, we have the opportunity to do these send-offs for these incredibly important people and characters. Let's make sure that we do that as right as humanly possible and perhaps even formulate the entire trilogy story around those three to ensure that the handoff to the next generation is done properly and respectfully and to the best of our ability because they deserve it. And so does the franchise, and so do the fans. And instead, Kathleen Kennedy said, is there a chance I can get my daughter in this film? No, I don't think that was the case. I'm just fucking making shit up. But you get the idea. Hey, what up, Ramik? How are you doing today? Instead of Adam ruins everything, can we get an Adam reviews everything instead? Critical hit! The closest thing you're getting. Oh shit, I just undocked, lol. Shows you how much I'm paying attention. I don't know what Em's watching, but she's laughing up a storm. Is Asuka worth watching? I haven't watched it. Also, I can't say her name right apparently, so... If I had to take a guess, having not seen it, I'm going to say that it is mostly a vehicle for an insane amount of fan service with almost no real meat on the bones, and probably requires a reasonable amount of viewing of previously existing Star Wars content external the films to fully appreciate, making it even less accessible for the masses who won't care anyway because they're getting served up fan service at speeds never before seen. That would be my assumption. Ahsoka Medique, oh my
Everything
god.
about the ship just screams superiority complex to me.
Nepotism in Star Wars projects. Oh, shit. Yeah, the only thing I've heard, I haven't watched it, is that Andor is supposed to be good, but... Like, I'm... Like Jeff, I am Star Wars'd out. Really, at this point.
Early reports say you're...
So I heard there was a bit of excitement on the Siren of the Stars. Your handiwork, I assume?
Can't wait for the next movie where they redo another thrilling tale of, oh shit, the Empire has a Star Destroyer. That's no moon or planet. Now the Star Destroyer is, plot twist, also a star.
You were safe? Yes. And I heard there were no casualties.
Except for the eclectic hit squad that you took down at the archives. You've taken care of that mess, by the way.
Speaking of which, I assume you copied the information from the Galbank's computers. Let me see what you got. So the legacy went down at Bannock 4. Bannock 4. Why
Everyone's
does that
saying
sound
the
familiar?
same thing.
Bannock 4 is an EM-class gas giant, sir.
What?
There isn't a ship in the fleet that could safely...
Are
go
we
near that
having
type
the
of
same
world.
conversation with, like, a... Oh my god. Okay.
It sounds like you admire that lunatic. I think his gospel's gone straight to your head. Maybe we made a mistake choosing you for this assignment.
Oh, shut the
That's
fuck
enough,
up, Toft.
Lieutenant. Even if Delgado has an immediate solution to the EM problem, there's still the matter of tracing the Legacy's transponder signal. They have information about the comm spike? Damn it.
I'm afraid I'm not familiar with that device, sir.
No.
It's not a personal device, Toft. Keep it calm.
Classified project. It's an advanced signal decryption and tracking device that the UC Navy's been working on for years. How the hell did the Crimson Fleet find out about that?
There must be an information leak somewhere, sir. It's the only thing that makes sense. I'll see what I can find out.
Fine. This is what we're going to do. You keep playing along and go after the comm spike. Lieutenant Toft and I will see what we can find out about Bannock 4. My superiors are stubborn. They aren't going to authorize an attack on the key based on my flights of fancy, I've been told. We need more evidence that all the Crimson Fleet's plans will result in them actually getting their hands on this fabled cache of credits. I don't see the point. The Crimson Fleet apparently has a pipeline of information flowing from somewhere within the UC military. Any attempt to move the comm spike would be a waste of time. We need to play this close to the vest. Perfect. Just stick with the plan and we'll see who gets to Crix's legacy first.
Hey, we leveled up. %30 damage now. Ballistics fucking bitches up.
Heard you made off with something called the Earth Savior Award.
I heard you're the hero of Kvatch.
left it?
Oh yeah, I was gonna check something here. Hold on. Right, I gotta talk to her. Fuck me. A Jedi Knight Kyle Katarn TV show, though? Yeah, fucking why not? Or maybe finally dig into what used to be canonical canon? Before Disney took over and nixed everything. The Old Republic. Literally right there.
It's good to have you back. What can I do for you? Excellent. Let me have it, and I'll upload it to our database. Interesting. Looks like he's been meeting up regularly with Neva Mora to transfer goods and cash from Sidonia. Which means the Crimson Fleet's just lost one of their drop points. That should set them back a bit. Any other fragments? It's amazing that all this romantic nonsense about Crix's legacy really just amounts to a rumor Jasper Crix picked up in jail. It just goes to show you how a tiny rumor can snowball into a full-blown fairy tale.
Just like my big penis. What? That was the joke. Eavesdropping?
Are you kidding me? Dombrowski was already making a 6-figure salary, and yet he couldn't resist starting an embezzlement scheme. It makes me sick. It's gonna be an absolute pleasure to throw his butt in prison. That it? Okay, fine. I know there's more out there, so keep on it. That information is classified. Now, I realize as part of this mission, you'll probably end up finding out anyway, but that's besides the point. For the sake of your cover, it's best you work with whatever information the fleet gives you.
Yeah.
I know as much as you do. I wasn't. But if the fleet wants to trace the legacy, if such a device... We'll be here if you need us.
Sys-Def Marines are the best of the best.
Siren of the Stars, huh?
Oh, I just fucking boarded and pressed the wrong button. Shite!
Hello.
Oh, fuck's sakes.
So, yes.
There she is. Again. Big booty bitches! Big booty bitches! Big booty bitches! Mandalorian had one good season that I would classify as being good 70% of the time. And then the wheels fell off, the spares exploded, and it's been skidding with nothing but momentum to keep it going for quite some time.
Assuming all systems are nominal, we are ready to depart.
What kind of name is SysDef anyway?
Mm-hmm. What's doing in here?
All right, Jazz. What do you got?
According to
Wow,
the
writer's
latest,
strike tentatively ending. Deal reached. Drafting final contract terms. Holy shit.
Location undisclosed.
Fantastic. So how do we disclose it?
We could lean on your smuggling contact. Call in that favor. You know who I mean.
Our friend on Jemison. Nice one, Jazz. I'll make the arrangements. All right, Rook. Next stop, New Atlantis.
Oh, we were just there.
Your connection is Juan Dayu. She's got most of the premium UC smuggling routes locked down tight.
Juan Deagle?
If you don't piss her off, she should be able to sneak you past SY-920's security.
Just remember to count your fingers after you shake hands with her.
She would be wise to do the same.
Mm-hmm.
You're in the fleet. You should always expect trouble.
Oh my
As far
god,
as
just answer
Juan
my
goes,
question.
Even though she's one of our newer contacts, you
Thank
shouldn't
you.
have any problems dealing with her. I sure hope so. Because she might be our only crack at finding a decent decryption device. Once Juan gets you past the guard dogs, it's gonna be on you to locate the comm spike. According to the data we have, it's in the prototype phase, meaning there should only be a single device aboard the station.
Basically, you break it, you bought it. Unfortunately, I have no idea. Like Neva said, it's a prototype, so it could look like anything. Once you're inside SY-920 and you're behind their firewalls, you should pick through their
It is
computer
definitely whiplash going from Baldur's
Right
Gate
away.
3,
Oh,
like dialogue.
SY-920 is
this,
a UC
whatever you want to call
military
this shit.
installation. That means it's guarded by heavily armed
And yeah,
troops.
going
And we
between
both
Baldur's Gate
know
and this
those
is
idiots
it's
don't mess around.
It's whiplash.
If you intend to turn the place into a shooting gallery, you might want to be sure you're hauling an arsenal, because you're gonna need it.
Okay.
She's got the clout to get you in the front door. They're gonna think you're part of a regular supply delivery. Beyond that, you and Juan are gonna have to put your heads together and come up with a plan. Perfect. That's what I like to hear. Okay, so I'm gonna arrange a meeting with Juan at Kay's place in the well. In the meantime, I'll make sure Jazz comes up with a solution to the electromagnetic atmosphere problem at Bannock 4.
Can we talk about how
You'll
terrible
make
this
sure.
fucking piss filter
More like
in the game
get
looks
drunk
right
while
now?
Jazz does all the hard work. Typical.
Privileges
Like, look
of
at
rank,
this.
my darling.
This is atrocious.
We'll discuss it a little later.
I don't care if it's a
Anyway,
fucking
get the
artistic,
hell outta
you
here,
know,
and
they're
don't
taking
come
some
back
liberties.
without that comm spike in your
It looks
cargo
bad.
bay.
Like, it looks horrific.
I'm gonna leave that up to you, Rook. If you get into deep trouble and you think bringing her into the fold is gonna make the difference, tell her whatever you want. At some point, Delgado's gonna be promising everyone their cut of Crix's legacy. If we want him to stick with the fleet, it's inevitable. But until the money's within reach, the less people that know, the better. We'll talk later.
Must be a gas leak. Found the stat from earlier, that was the first win by 50 points or more since 2014. Oh, okay. So there have been more than a couple 50-point spreads. Impressive.
So there I am. You see security on my tail, and my grav drive just
Overshooting. There you go.
Now that we are here, what will be our next course of action?
What? Oh no. Oh no. Oh, that's not good. That can't be good. Gotta be careful, this thing, literally you can't even run into anything, this thing is gonna explode. Oh, jeez. I'd give him a nudge, but, like, my ship's gonna fucking blow up. I kinda wanna just wait and see how this plays out. 'Cause, you know, this is... You know, the game's really struggling to figure out how it wants to separate that ship. And so... What's it gonna do? How is it going to escape? Physics engine. Completely chalked right now. Looking out of a window going, how could this happen to me? I made a mistake. I kinda wanna give him a nudge. Alright, here we go. We're going in nice and slow. We're going in. Don't worry, friend. I'm on the case. We're gonna get you out of this one. Buckle up. Come on, I believe. This is actually doing damage to my ship, by the way. Yeah. Oh shit, that one did big damage. Alright, what if we give it a bump from up here? I'm impressed I managed to get this thing doing exactly 1 speed. Ow, ow, oh fuck. I'm barely even touching anything. My god, this thing, why did they give me a ship with no shields? What are you doing? Alright, we're going up. Yeah. Alright, new plan. New plan. New plan. Line her up. Oh shit. Oh, come on.
They've disabled the grab drive.
Nobody disabled it. We did it ourselves. Get out of there!
Engine system offline. We are an easy target.
Get the engines back online.
The grab drive is up and running again.
We got important work to do. Oh shit. Fucking getting sideways now?
Engine repairs complete.
Oh boy. Oh, that's new. That's a new development. So how does this happen? Does the game, like, load the space station after the ship? And the ship just happened to be in the wrong place? And it clipped? Fucking whoa, Betsy! This thing takes forever to slow down.
Drive has been compromised.
Oh my god, this thing's so brit. Oh shit! You did it! Oh my god, you did it! It's a miracle! I didn't think you had it in you. But here we are. I mean, you're not looking so good. You okay?
Hail acknowledged. Duck where you like.
Are you okay? That's not where I wanted to dock. Wait, hold on. What is this really sending me to the station right now? Oh my god. No, don't board. Oh god, fucking god. Fuck. Oh, wait a minute. Question. Come on. Come on, you can do it. Yes. Yes. Whoa, doggy. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Does the game even register this as an operational ship? Oh god, that's gonna kill us. Ugh. Come on, Tars! That's perfect. Come on, Tars! Come on! Wow. Can you see the pilot in there? Where's the pilot? Can you see them? I can't quite tell. I can see, I get glimpses of the chair. Doesn't look like it. Looks like it's empty. That is just an empty ass ship. I mean, I don't even have weapons to shoot this thing. The British pilot projectile vomited multiple times at this point. Bro, that pilot is toasted. 100%. Oh, fuck. I feel like I could just... I feel like I could just reload this over and over again and get slightly different results. Come on, TARS! Now that was a good movie. Just get rid of that stupid fucking love dialogue. Wah, 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 wah. Hey, what's up? Wandy.
I take it your neighbor's new recruit?
I take it you're Wanda? I have a name, you know. Richard B. Twisted II Esquire.
And rest assured, if I ever need to remember it, I will. SY-920 is one of my regular stops, so I already have the necessary approvals. Neva says you're after a piece of UC tech. So to get it, we're going to need to get you on board. I can do that, but I have conditions. Good. If I can be candid, for this job to work, we'll have to do this my way. We take my ship, and you're a member of my crew. But make no mistake, once you board, the risk is entirely yours. This route is highly lucrative, and sacrificing it is not an option.
I like how I can respond with my, my partner in crime here.
Do not mistake us for amateurs. We will get the job done without sacrificing your route.
I appreciate the confidence. I just want to remind you, this job calls for more discretion than your usual swashbuckling adventures. In any
What'd
case,
you call
when
me?
you're ready, meet me at my ship. It's the Jade Swan. And make sure you're prepared for the long haul. Once you're on board SY-920, you can't come and go as you please.
Yeah, my ship is the BS 420.
We'll talk more on the ship.
Back to the spaceport, back to the spaceport. Anyone ever notice how a lot of the quests in this game are like, alright, I need you to fly across the galaxy to land on the planet, to talk to a person, to immediately turn back around and get on your spaceship, and then fly to another planet? This is why the game kind of devolves into fast travel. Almost all the time.
Your file here just...
So you're just staring at loading screens with an alarming frequency. Jade Swan looking an awful lot like every other fucking ship I've ever seen. But alright, here we go.
Giving your orders, Captain.
Howdy.
Yes.
This is indeed a cargo ship. Can confirm.
Excuse me.
Nobody can stop the Crimson Fleet.
Glad you're in the fleet. If you weren't, I would have killed you already.
Doubtful. How in the fuck does this ship work, exactly? Down here? I love this time of year. Backyard, grilled up burgers for dinner, lit up the fire pit, s'mores, blah. That's a 10 out of 10 day right there. That's a banger.
Yes?
Oh. Okay. That's a fucking banger of a day. Bro, how the fuck do— oh, god damn it. Oh, god damn it, Todd. Oh, Todd. You oh, Todd. You fucking asshole. Where in the fuck
Always looking for the next mark.
is up in this bitch?
Okay. Hello. Excuse me.
Where the fuck? Bro, I'm about to lose my mind. I don't got the patience for this shit. Where the fuck? There's clearly got to be a ladder up somewhere. Obviously. So where the fuck? This is absurd. Fucking, where am I going here? Oh my god. Okay.
Yes? What?
Wowzers! Oh, you did too, Krovix? It's a
Alright.
fucking
Few things
rat's
to note.
nest.
When we get to the checkpoint, UC military will be hailing us. Let me do the talking. Pretend you're a piece of cargo if you have to.
Great. I'll be as silent as a crate of tissues.
Good. Say nothing and let their minds fill in the gaps.
Arguably a good philosophy for more than just this mission.
I'd say so. There are times when you have to put on a show, but that's more for new clients. Now, like I said before, once we take off, there's no turning back until this job is done. If you need to take care of anything before we leave, do it. If you want to ask me any other questions, go for it.
I'm ready. Sun's out, guns out. Let's do it.
Alright, then get comfortable. We leave for SY-920 immediately.
All crew prepare for takeoff.
Look, this is how it's done, Andresia. See this right here?
All systems go.
Oh wait, are we actually gonna see, like, going to...
We'll graph jump the SY-920 from here. Don't worry about your personal ship. The fleet will make sure it's secure.
That's a
Take this
piece
time
of
to
shit.
prepare. Just try not to bother my pilot while they're flying.
Don't worry, Captain. I've spent half my life walking and chewing gum at the same time. I can handle a little banter.
Wow, walking and chewing gum.
For double duty.
Captain, I retract my earlier statement. For the record, I don't even like gum.
Noted. Just get us there safe.
Roger that.
Oh, this is the most just... Oh, these poor voice acting talents. Just no direction at all. Just record this shit in some whatever efficient order.
You've entered secure UC military space. Identify yourself or you will be considered hostile.
This is Captain Huan Daiyu, cargo class ship ID UC 7938, requesting permission to dock.
Identity confirmed. Prepare your ship for scanning. You're cleared to dock at docking bay 2.
Looks like we're clear.
Imagine if he fucking got the ship stuck. That would be fucking hilarious. So evidently it is possible to dock without getting that cutscene. So I suspect that that docking cutscene is probably going to get fucking modded out pretty quick.
Okay, we're in. First things first. The station is enormous, with checkpoints everywhere. To get past them, you'll need a military uniform. And to get a uniform, you'll need to get to the barracks.
And to get a barracks, you're gonna need to have a ship. In order to get a ship, you're gonna need a uniform. In order to get a uniform, you're gonna need a barracks.
Once you get a uniform, it should be fairly easy to find an elevator to the command bay. But if at any point your cover's blown, I'm gone. I would hope not. But if they do, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Either way, for now, get on that station and find that intercom. We'll talk more then.
Mr. Miyagi, bruh. Bruh.
Yes.
Wait. Why is this not stealing? Alright, good night, Deborah. Did she just... Like, we're not gonna be worried about the fact that I just took 17,000 credits? Like, that's not... Like, we're not worried about that. like 40 space pirate ship assassinations worth of money just lifting that right out of the captain's friggin' locker. Nobody's gonna question that? Okay. So again, this aesthetic right here, just so that we're clear, is the best part about Starfield. But for whatever reason, this aesthetic right here, they just had a hell of a fucking time translating it everywhere else. They just couldn't quite make the magic happen. Maybe the captain's a beta. Beta?! Yes. Alright, well, as much as I'd love to consider this unabashed 5-alarm fire, I need to go and get ready for bed and get some sleep because I am late tired. It's been a very long day. Tomorrow I have several errands to run, and then after that I should be live. But it won't be a super early start. I think we've got one or two possible early starts this week, where it will be, you know, much longer days. But tomorrow I've got stuff to get done first. Em and I will be out for most of the first part of the day, and then I will be back, and we will continue this whole thing, whatever this is going to culminate in. But thank you very much for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself. I will see you very soon. And until I do me a favor. Have a good morning, afternoon, or evening. Stay safe, have a good one. As always, good luck. Have Andresia cheeks clapping in your face. Only if it's really fast, though. So fast that it may not even be happening at all.